Los Angeles strengthens immigrant protections amidst national policy debate. Los Angeles has officially declared itself a sanctuary city, implementing measures to shield undocumented immigrants from federal enforcement efforts. This decision aligns the city with other major U.S. urban areas, resisting President-elect Donald Trump's proposed immigration policies. The City Council approved the ordinance on Tuesday, cementing protections for its significant immigrant population, which makes up roughly a third of the city's residents. The law prohibits local agencies from using municipal resources to support federal immigration actions. The move comes as Trump's administration pledges mass deportations. Tom Homan, appointed as the administration's border czar, has criticized sanctuary cities, stating that such designations will not hinder federal operations. "We will enforce immigration laws with or without their cooperation," Holman told Fox News earlier this month. The Los Angeles Unified School District is also taking steps to declare itself a sanctuary, reaffirming protections for undocumented students and their families. A series of resolutions are under consideration to safeguard educational access and expand non-discrimination policies to include family members of students. Under federal law, public schools are required to enroll students regardless of immigration status. In California, local laws further prevent school districts from inquiring about a student's or their family's legal residency. Mayor Karen Bass emphasized the city's commitment to its immigrant community, stating that local resources will not be diverted for federal immigration enforcement. The ordinance also restricts data sharing with federal agencies and blocks access to city facilities for immigration operations. Los Angeles joins other cities, including New York and Chicago, in bolstering policies that limit cooperation with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE). These cities argue that local involvement in federal immigration enforcement undermines trust between immigrant communities and public services. Trump's promise to increase deportations has reignited a nationwide debate on immigration policy. Experts estimate that up to 11 million undocumented immigrants live in the U.S., many of whom have resided in the country for over a decade. Implementing large-scale deportations would require significant legal and logistical resources, including expansions to the overburdened immigration court system. ICE operations largely depend on cooperation with local law enforcement. However, jurisdictions like Los Angeles have implemented sanctuary policies to prevent their police departments from assisting in immigration-related arrests unless mandated by federal law. Holman and other federal officials have warned that these sanctuary measures complicate enforcement, requiring ICE agents to pursue individuals directly. Immigration advocates counter that involving local police in immigration enforcement deters undocumented residents from reporting crimes or seeking public services. The sanctuary city movement has gained momentum over the last decade. While the term has no specific legal definition, it generally refers to policies that limit local involvement in federal immigration enforcement. Critics argue that these policies hinder national security, while supporters claim they protect vulnerable communities. California, home to the largest undocumented immigrant population in the U.S., has enacted several state laws reinforcing sanctuary policies. State legislation prohibits law enforcement agencies from cooperating with federal immigration authorities in most circumstances. Opponents of sanctuary cities, including Trump's administration, have threatened to withhold federal funding from jurisdictions that adopt such measures. Legal challenges to these threats are ongoing, with courts historically siding with sanctuary jurisdictions in disputes over federal state power balances. The Los Angeles Police Department has long maintained policies preventing officers from questioning individuals about their immigration status. These policies aim to build trust within immigrant communities, ensuring public safety is prioritized over immigration enforcement. Critics of Trump's deportation plans argue that mass removals are financially and logistically impractical. Deportations peaked at over 230,000 annually during the early Obama administration, but have since declined due to resource constraints and legal protections for immigrants. Experts note that large-scale deportations would require expanded detention facilities, increased transportation capabilities, and diplomatic cooperation with countries receiving deportees. Advocates for stricter immigration controls argue that addressing undocumented immigration also requires cracking down on employers hiring undocumented workers. Public backlash against mass deportations could also pose political challenges. Images of family separations during Trump's first term sparked widespread criticism and intensified calls for immigration reform. As Los Angeles implements its sanctuary policies, the city sets the stage for a broader confrontation between local and federal authorities. The issue underscores the complexities of U.S. immigration policy, where state, local, and federal jurisdictions intersect. Other cities and states are expected to follow Los Angeles's lead, further intensifying the debate over the role of local governments in federal immigration enforcement. For now, Los Angeles officials say their priority is clear: protecting their diverse and vibrant immigrant population.